Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching program, simply because I've designed it myself. In the last 9 years, I was a coach, have been a coach, and nobody spends as much time with and on their clients like I do. True story. All the information for me is below. I coach in Zoom sessions as well as telephone sessions, and you have the choice between a standard package and a deluxe package. In the standard package, you meet with me 2 to 3 times per week. Okay, that's the frequency with which I interact with all of my clients. And the deluxe one offers 3 mandatory sessions per week. And in between, you have access to me via email, text, and if need be, audio messages as well. So this is the most hand-holding possible that you'll never find anywhere else. And I wanted to offer this for my YouTube clients. As I mentioned, I've been a coach for 9 years almost, and on YouTube only 2. Outside YouTube, 7 years of coaching different kinds of people. And so outside of YouTube, I have a totally different structure. Some people have been with me for years, but I find for YouTube, for people who would love to achieve, results in the minimal amount of time, of which I recommend 2 to 3 months minimum in my coaching. That's what I created. This is why it's so intense, okay, for you to focus, to get your results and keep it going, okay, with your life. I do not want to keep you in my coaching forever. I really would love for you to concentrate, do the work, pay attention to what I'm suggesting, and really make the shifts. And those people who do, which are 99% in my coaching, really do achieve a lot. Okay, and I don't care which coach you have been to before. If you really focus, pay attention to what I have to say, and take my suggestions to heart, you will be one of these people who will transform their life in like 2 to 3 months. True story. Okay, if you slack off, if you postpone meetings, if you don't do your homework, that's entirely up to you. Cannot do your push-ups for you. Okay, in addition, I want to remind everybody that I no longer create deeply educational content for my channel. Once in a while, I'll record a question, okay, like I'm about to do now. And also I'm going live every Saturday. So ultimately, though, I will have it all in the monthly subscription for audios, monthly subscription for videos, as well as, of course, the video school, and the clients, of course, that I have one-on-one. And I will only go live on Saturdays. This is where my channel is headed. I find that, one-on-one coaching is where it's at. And if you cannot do it, start with the audios, okay? Start with the monthly audios. This is really deeply educational content. It's basically entry-level coaching, okay? So a lot of content there that would have gone into my book, and eventually it will. But for now, I have created the subscription. It's 15 audios per month. They're 30 minutes long or longer sometimes. And again, it has all the goodies that you need: manipulating energy, magic spells, energy work, specific people, decoding dreams, all these things that I would love to discuss with you, but I would like to make it subscription only because it contains elements of my coaching one-on-one, all right, exercises, and also it's really on another level, and I will never record this for my channel, all right? So that's one. You have also the monthly videos. Those are 10 per month videos, and also the video school, which basically is 12 videos. It's a one-time deal. The monthly videos and audios you will have to renew every month, but this is a one-time deal. 12 videos explaining what I do in my coaching, all the steps, and so it's kind of like a do-it-yourself program. You can also book sessions with me one-on-one to discuss any questions you have, but essentially this is for somebody who can't come into my coaching for whatever reason and still wants to derive benefits of understanding how to really reprogram your mind and create the shifts in your life that you necessitate. All right. So if you have any questions, email me directly. Usually it's a very good idea to pre-book, okay, so that we can rendezvous for our first meeting via Zoom or call, right? Like I said, discuss what you want to create what kind of changes you want to create in your life. But again, I'm always getting booked up, so the best idea is to book ahead. Do not be one of these people who listen to my channel for years and wait to book a session with me or get into coaching with me. I don't know what you guys are waiting for. The work isn't going to do itself, okay? It's an entirely different situation from listening to an audio or video. And I understand, I'm very flattered, a lot of people like my work, but it's not the same as discussing your specific situation. It's a completely different ballgame, right? So today I actually wasn't going to record, and I'm really inspired, and there's always a reason. If I'm inspired, somebody needs to hear this. So the question that often comes up, that what is it that I can do immediately, to start manifesting my SP? Okay, what is this magic trick and all these kinds of things? And I've, recorded other audios and videos explaining in different ways. But here's another take on this. And this time I have a question for you. All right, so this is going to be the title for this audio/video. Do you really want your SP back? Is my question to you. Because that's where it's at. Right. So I know you guys, with your drama, trauma panoramas, and no disrespect meant whatsoever, everybody has a story to tell. And it's like, this guy did me wrong, or this girl chose another person, and this, that, and the other. But here's the deal, right? Some things don't matter to you, and you don't give a shit about them. But there are things that really matter to you, like this SP of yours right now. So it's you who's choosing to keep them at bay, and it could be numerous reasons, but essentially it comes down to that you're keeping them away for some reason. That's just the truth of it. All right. So you're coming for truth to my channel, I'm assuming. All right. I'm brutally honest in my coaching and on my channel, and I'm going to give it to you straight. The reason you don't have your SP at the end of the day is you don't want them. Okay. And again, it could be numerous reasons behind it. Like, for instance, the pain that you caused me is too fresh in my heart right now. All right. I don't believe that you can change. You may be saying to your SP, I don't believe I'm good enough for you. I don't believe I'm attractive enough for you. I don't believe that I make enough money in the case of a man even. I don't believe that you can leave that third party. Okay, maybe the third party is better than me in some ways. That's the dialogue that's happening. Or I'm too fucking pissed off at you. All right. And listen, anger is a really powerful emotion. And if somebody pisses you off, I've been there, and I can speak from my experience. There have been people that pissed me off, and it was really hard to let go of it, but you have to. You owe this to yourself, like irregardless of anything else that's going to transpire in your life. Like, you owe this to yourself. Anger and resentment, the most powerful motherfuckers on planet Earth, I would say, because it keeps things away from you like no tomorrow. And so I'm not talking about, like, listen, some of you honestly holding on to some people that, not a lot, but once in a while there's a person in my coaching who holds on to this idea of a person who, quite frankly, has been abusive to them. So I'm not talking about this kind of situation, all right? I think somebody's like literally hurting you on purpose. You should let that shit go and say goodbye and close the door on that forever, okay? And sure, you can, manifest an apology from that and all that jazz. But to want them back in your life, like, I would not go that route. Okay. So there is that situation. But another situation could be that it's simply sometimes, okay, not for nothing, but people are in different situations. And I discussed this in my video the other day, where they're influenced by other people, they're influenced by certain things, they're influenced by also your beliefs about what could have been. And because you act in a certain way, and this is not to blame you, just to kind of point out the obvious here, right? Where if you're coming off of certain assumptions, you conclude a certain thing about the situation and you act on it. And so it's basically a conglomeration of a lot of things resulting in separation. And it's like, again, there's no blame for it. It's just what it is. So learn from it and understand what happened. Okay. Nevertheless, in a situation like this, everything can be changed if you change your mind about it. So staying pissed off, in other words, at a person because there are certain things that have happened between you two, or that it's taking long, or whatever, which everybody's so fixated on. Parenthesis here. Listen, if it's taking you long, it's only because you're noticing that it's taking you long. Right? Period. Yeah. If you wanted something, this is where I'm kind of driving this, and I hope I get this through to you in this message. If it's taking you long, if it's literally not happening, you're saying to the universe on some level, I'm pissed off that it's not happening, and or I do not believe it can happen, period, the end. Because if you really wanted something, it would appear like overnight. And provided, of course, always have to insert this, provided you have no resistance in your beliefs about it. Okay, provided you know that you're the superstar of your life, you're the golden Buddha, that you can make like magic happen overnight. And you know what's so funny though? Not really funny, haha, but kind of like really curious, about everybody that comes into my coaching. They do manifest things. They do manifest things that, and I'm sure you can relate, right? Manifesting things that really you don't have resistance towards and that you really want immediately. This kind of situation, right? So if you don't have any resistance towards money, like some people don't have any resistance towards money and they can manifest it like 1, 2, 3, right? But some people have a lot of resistance towards SPs, okay? It's a whole other situation. It's some kind of people still think that this person has a mind of their own somehow. Meanwhile, they're basically reflecting to you what you're thinking about yourself. That's the only game in town, all right? It's not narcissism, it's just what it is. Now, again, provided you care about this person, provided you want them back, like certain people you don't give a shit about, right? So certain people like you've long forgotten about, like they pissed you off or whatever, but you didn't feel it on such a deep level. And it wasn't a heartbreak of any kind. It was just like, whatever, I could live my life without you. Who gives a shit? All right. But so, if you really started commanding and sending out these commands on purpose and there's nothing holding you back inside, no drama, trauma, panorama from previous experiences or the experience with this person, and you have a clean slate, you can really manifest the shit out of this experience with this person. But you're thinking that it's hard. And I know you do because you're making it hard for you. But if you started making it easy and stopped idolizing this person as some kind of a, outside entity, and you being so undeserving, and the very fact that you're chasing this idea, right? It has to be the other way around. In your mind, the switch has to turn on of, I'm the one who's supposed to be chased. Like, hello, good morning, how are you? Like, I've done enough fucking chasing. Don't you know that I'm the one to be chased here? I was a little bit foolish before, energetically still chasing, but maybe physically, sending messages, whatever. Still doesn't fucking matter. If you change yourself today and you started being the true authentic you, who you really are, the entire shebang would change. Like, completely, diametrically. And you would start playing this game as it was supposed to have been played in the first fucking place. Okay? But that's the deal. And so all of these emotions, all of this drama, trauma, panorama, keeping you away from really wanting them purely. okay? With intention, with knowing exactly what it is you want them to do, what it is you want them to say, making not a big deal about it, but being like, this is just a fucking person is all it really is. I've made like a bigger deal than I should have about it. Like, true story, when I first was asked to talk about SPs, all right, when I started my channel, I thought it was a joke. I really thought it was a joke. And then I started researching, like, let me look around what other people are doing with this subject on YouTube. And I was horrified. Like, literally, people are making it sound so difficult when it really isn't. It's an aftermath of your self-esteem. It's an accessory. Like, some people get really pissed off about this analogy I used to use. Like, it's just a handbag. It's coming with you. But it's the fucking truth. My darling, it's the fucking truth. Okay? It's just a fucking handbag, if not a wallet. Okay? So, are you asking your handbag? Are you asking your wallet? Do you want to do things with me today? Are you coming with me? No. It's just it's an aftermath of your self-esteem, of your decisions. And so what we're coming to here is your programming has to change. Your perception has to change about the situation, and decisions have to be made. And if you really decided that, yes, I want this person back, like, don't you know that nobody can stand in your fucking way? Like, the universe will, like, cater to you 100,000,000,000%. And so, again, the question becomes, do you really want this person back? Because from what it looks like, you do not. And that's the situation that you have to explore and find out what it is that you're not addressing. Okay, and it could very well be, listen, for the majority of the times, people just are so bogged down with low self-esteem and certain kind of programming that they were instructed with, you know, earlier on, and really being people pleasers and not pleasing themselves, and that's why the whole world didn't please them. That's a huge factor. I mean, that's what I do in my coaching for the majority of the time. People just blame themselves for stupid shit, okay? For being human, for experiencing life, and, you know, that, like, gets really programmed into their subconscious that I have to make everybody else happy. No, listen, first things first is you have to make yourself happy. And so perhaps, though, in addition to that, you hold a grudge, or you hold a really deep insecurity around this person, a real kind of like misconception of what's at hand here, that if somebody else is deciding to come towards you or not, versus I'm deciding, and as soon as I fucking decide, this person will show up. But the way that you decide and they show up is when you ask them to, in quotations, energetically, and this is what we're going to talk about on Saturday, parenthesis here, during my live, the energetic influence that you have over your SP and just about everything else in your life. When you do decide and when you ask them to show up, it happens automatically, but you're asking them purely without resistance, without animosity, without any attachment to what happened, because the forgiveness has to create itself first in your life, the letting go of the past. Otherwise, you're not in a position to create anything new. And again, if you are that person who has been abused by this person, I would completely start brand new and create somebody else. And you may still be one of these people who, again, were people pleasers and fell under the spell of this abuser who basically hypnotized you into thinking that you did something wrong, and you continue believing that. That is very much another situation that, you know, I've encountered in my coaching. So in sum, your programming is at play, and you're not letting yourself have this thing. Just because it's been too long, just because you haven't been manifesting, it doesn't make it more fucking precious. It just means your energy is not aligned with this manifestation, and it's your job to figure out why. And a serious and honest question here, right? If you really even want them back. Because you really actually might not. And it may be just an ego thing. Oh, they left me and I want to get them back because whatever, I want to feel better about this. But what if this is just your ego talking? What if you don't really want them back? What if this is just whatever? If they came back, you'd be like looking at them like, oh, please, can do without you. So these are all very valid questions that you have to ask yourself and explore this shit. And if you tell me, yes, 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 I really do want them back, even after hearing all of this, and I can't figure out what it is, well, then it becomes a question of you don't believe that you're powerful enough, that your decision alone matters. Your belief has to be definitely aligned, but your energy you start with your energy first. And then coupled with belief, and you're fucking unbeatable at manifestation, manifesting your SP or any fucking other thing. Okay, so that's a question to contemplate. Okay, I'll see you during my live. It's on Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bring your questions. And if you have any other questions about my coaching, or you could just book a session and discuss with me whatever questions before coming into my coaching, that's good too. But see you during my live, and thank you very much for listening. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.